message. Now, I am first going to have to start with a little bit of an intro to this today, because we are moving out of level 4 lockdown and moving into lockdown level 3, which means I'll have a little bit less time to actually do what I'm doing, and the messages will be spaced a bit further apart. I'm thinking about like Tuesdays and Fridays, or Tuesday morning and a Friday night. Also depends on what's happening in my life at that current stage of time, but I will still be doing my messages and my videos, and maybe they will be a bit better thought through and a bit better prepared, because I've given myself more time. All these things I do upload is pretty spontaneous, on the spot, on the go, on the fly, raw, recorded on YouTube and posted straight away. I want to thank everybody out there that has been giving me your support. And that support comes within constructive criticism and just general support and thanking messages. I can also see that there's quite a bit of viewing going on, which is meaning there's people coming back and there's people actually watching my videos, of which that I am truly grateful, because that gives me the sense that people are actually getting the message, and a lot of people made that choice to actually subscribe, of which I'm even more thankful for, because that means a lot of you actually takes the time and consideration to listen to what I have to say, and that makes it worthwhile for me. I'm not being paid to do this. This is not a business, and it's just me trying to express how I remain positive. Now, last night I was asked the question about how can I be happy, good, and this positive in life with everything that I supposedly lost. Now, the thing with losing things, then losing things means you've lost something, means it's in the past. It's no longer part of your life and shouldn't control any part of it. If you felt you've lost something, if you've lost your job, you've lost your wife, you've lost your kids, you've lost your business, those are all things that's in the past. Now, if you lose your business, find a new business, find a new role. If you've lost your wife, get over it and love yourself. If you've lost anything in life, you've written off your car, that's fine. It's a materialistic thing. There's many cars out there that you can possibly buy if you get your life straight. Now, to straighten out your life, it's a simple fact of getting out of bed in the morning and making the choice that today I'm going to live a positive life. Never ever in life should you ever take anything that happens as a negative. It's a lesson. If you've lost your car due to a crash, oh well, it's time you get a new one. Maybe not right away. Find the car that you sincerely love. Now, I've got my car at the back there. It is a really old car, but I love that bucket of bolts. I love that car. I will never sell that car. It's like a 1997, and I love the shit out of it, because that is what I choose. I choose to love these small things. Doesn't matter how they are. We should choose to love our life, because that's a major thing. It's huge. We should choose to love our friends, because it's a major thing. It's huge. Huge. I've lost friends. I haven't told this story really to anyone, but we've got friends that's just acquaintances, friends that we just get along with, and then we've got those friends that if you hardly speak to them and you ask them for help randomly one day, they will still help you. Unfortunately, I'm one of those friends, and I will always be that kind of friend, because that's who I am. But the story that I've never really told anyone is a couple of years ago, like many years ago, quite a bit of years ago, it's actually 10, 11 years ago, I woke up one night like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't look at the time, but I felt paralyzed. I was awake, my eyes were open, I was looking in front of me, but I could not move. And I didn't think too much of it. I found it weird. I was scared as hell. I was scared. I was petrified, but I fell asleep again. That next morning, before work, I got a call that told me, listen, don't go to work just yet. We're on our way there. There's something we need to tell you. I mean, I just had this weird life experience about waking up but not being awake. And so I stayed home and I waited. It wasn't too long before my girlfriend at the time and one of her friends, which rocked up at my house, and they kind of told me to sit down, and I was like, man, something has to be serious wrong. Nobody ever tells me to sit down, because they know I'm an agitated person. I can't even do my videos sitting down because they feel weird, awkward. I can't move. A lot of my language goes into body language, and that's how it's supposed to be. Anyway, so they told me I've just lost my best mate at the time. He was a really awesome dude. He always had the surfer look about him, but I don't think he's ever really been close to a beach or ever lived in a situation where we've been close to a beach. But that is just how I connect with people. We don't have to be in a relationship with someone to be your soulmate. Our souls are entwined, it's entangled. We get vibrations of it in which we connect. I can't believe I'm going public with this story. I'm not even putting it out there. And it came out later that the time frame around me waking up and the time frame of him being in an accident and breaking his neck and dying out next to the road was pretty much the exact time frame. And yeah, it really hurt. And it's kind of hurtful thinking about it, but it's in the past. So you take it. This is me being really kind of opening up my emotions. So I take it simply, easy, take a deep breath. Let's move forward. Change your subconscious. Don't let your subconscious control the feelings of your soul. Your soul always has feelings and walls and boundaries and all that. Break those walls down. Do not let anything really truly affect you. Become who you are. Become the best you. That is the positive life. We can take these negative things and we can sit on them and we can hang on them and we can hammer on them for years and years and years, because that is what we do as human beings. But we shouldn't. We should stop doing that. Like I said, I was asked, how can I be alright? How can I be happy knowing I've lost so much over this past few months? And the thing is, you haven't lost anything. Nothing in your life comes and stays. Nothing in your life is supposed to stay in your life. Everything is supposed to continuously move and roll forward, and that is progress. That is how we grow, and that is how we will always be. That is our programming. At the end of the day, when you get too deep into a relationship, maybe it's supposed to end, because we are not supposed to love just one person. We are supposed to be committed in a relationship with one, be faithful to one person, but we're not supposed to just love one person. And love is a major thing. We've got a huge bucket, and we should love eternally with our soul. We should love everyone that comes across in our life equally as to how you love yourself. Now, if you feel you love someone more than you love yourself, you don't love yourself enough, because you're supposed to love everyone equally. I don't want to really say this, but I am a Christian and I am religious, and I'm not selling religion to you, but God should always be the person you love most. In everyone, you should love at that same level, because that is how we are supposed to be. That is who we are supposed to be. It's how we are supposed to love. Now, if things come into your life, you love them and they leave, that is just part of life. You cannot let that hold you down. You cannot let that pull you back, and you cannot hold on to it. As soon as you hold on to something like that, it'll drag you down, because it's in the past. You can't let things drag you backwards. You should always strive to push forward. That is my message to you today, is push forward. Anything that you feel you've lost, anything that you feel you need, let it go and push yourself forward to becoming the better you. Be forgiving. I think that's one thing that people underestimate about me, is the power that I can forgive. I've lost a brother. He was murdered. More or less the same here. Man, that was a terrible year for me, or a terrible few years for me. Actually, I had a terrible 8 years. I've lost a brother. He was murdered. I forgave the guy that murdered him. If he came to my house today and he asked me for a cup of coffee or a bag of sugar, I would probably give it to him, because I have learned to forgive. That forgiveness starts with self-forgiveness, and then you extend it to those around you, and you forgive them entirely. Anybody that ever felt they have wronged me, I've got a guy that messaged me on Messenger a couple of months back, and he said, I'm sorry for whatever happened. I mean, I'm talking way back in primary school. And I told him that, don't worry about it, man. It's in the past. Don't let that shit carry on. I can't believe that he's carried it for so long. For so long. We're talking about, man, primary school is easily almost 20 years ago, and he's still carrying it. let it go. Don't carry those things. If you feel you've wronged someone, well, let it go. If you feel someone's wronged you, well, let it go. You need to make that choice. It's all about making the choice. You cannot do anything in life without making the choice. Man, I'm getting excited. I'm getting riled up. That's why my videos is better for me being long, because I get riled up. I get excited about it. I get ambitious about it. I remind myself, by standing here, I remind myself about the positive things in life, those little silver linings that we tend to overlook and move away from. Now, I had someone say to me the other day, or yesterday, that some things are easier said than done. My messages to you is not easier said than done. It's the hardest thing in my life for me to stand here and grow a pair of cojones to tell you these things and go on a public platform and make these videos. That's why I appreciate it so much if I get the likes, supports, and the shares, and all those people that get in between and get involved and actually send me messages and actually try to talk to me and actually try to get some bit of wisdom out of me. I have lost a lot, and I will never let it get me down. I will always focus on moving my bum forward. I think that's the end of it. I think I should just stop it there. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going and going and going and going. Now, for my message for you today is what I want you to try today. I don't think anybody is doing the cold showers or worry about the power of suggestion. Is try go back to making that choice. Decide what is holding you back. Go look for what's holding you back and make the choice to take one step forward today. Just take one step forward in progressing yourself. If you feel you're unhappy with your weight, that's your weight. Diets don't fix it, hard exercise does. If you feel you are too skinny, hard exercise does that too. Eat a lot more. I've got some advice for you if you are feeling that you are working out a lot and you're not gaining weight. The trick is work out harder with lighter weights and keep going. Practice your endurance muscles and eat more. Now, a lot of people's going to say they can't afford to eat more. I had that same problem, and man, it was hard. All my life I had the issue of gaining weight. A simple trick. Take 4 cups of rice, boil it up, make yourself some chicken a la king, and use that as flavoring for rice. So your main thing is actually eating a lot of rice. It's not the healthiest way to start, but it tricks your body into thinking your metabolism is changing a bit, and you've got more sustenance feeding into your muscles. So you've got something for your body to burn, so it doesn't burn muscle. It doesn't, it gives it something gives it some sustenance. Let's put it that way. My video is getting long again, and I have been told before my videos are a bit long and pedantic. I humbly apologize. So I'm going to take a breather, and I'm going to try and get this right this time. I would humbly appreciate if you guys enjoyed the message. Give me a like. If you feel that you didn't enjoy it, give me a dislike and send me a message on Facebook, Instagram. I should probably start a Twitter account, but I am not tweeting just yet. Yeah, on my social media platforms, I do post food pics, every now and then a little inspirational quote. Like those, share those, because those get my word out there too, and it allows other people to be reached by me. If you really enjoy my messages, remember, you're not the only person that does. There's other people out there, and the further we spread this, the easier it becomes for me. Yeah, it makes it worthwhile for me, and anything worthwhile for me is a lot easier for me to focus energy on. If people are going to stop watching, then it's going to be hard for me to focus my energy on it, because then it's not constructing anything. But that's a negative thought, and I will wipe it out of my brain. Yeah, love life, love everyone out there the same way you love yourself. If you find you do not love yourself, well, start there. Bumbling, rambling. Remember, stay fit, well fed, have fun. 3 things. Be happy.